Hey guys, this is Mr. 3D Hero, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to protect your staff while you're away. Now this video is aimed for those that are going to be inactive for maybe a few days or a few months, or for those that are going to be on holiday for, like I said, a few days or a few months. So let's start the video, and I do hope you enjoy the video. If there's anything you would like me to cover, just leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll make sure I get straight to it. So let's start the video. Alright, so our first feature you want to have is supporters. Now supporters are like FOB buddies in a way, but they'll have their own FOBs, but they'll be protecting your base, and for the trade-off you'll be protecting their base. Now the good thing about supporters is that you can be inactive for a number of days, and if an infiltrator attacks your base, they will be able to come to your base and defend it, and if they win, you get rewards. And if the defender is successful, they get maybe a little bit of points or a bit of materials and such for their successful defense. Now to actually get supporters, you just need someone that someone actually plays Mega Solid, and I don't mean someone that has, I mean you have to get someone that is playing it, and you just need to be friends with them on your friends list. Pretty simple, right? Now say if you want a lot of supporters from different time zones and different areas, to go ahead and do this, you just need to go on, say, one of the Mega Solid Reddit forums, the GameFAQs forums for Mega Solid, or maybe a communities page that is basically on your consoles. Now I know for PS4 players we have a thing called communities, and there is a community for Mega Solid 5 supporters called Mega Solid 5 FOB supporters that you can use, and you just pretty much type in your name saying I'm looking for supporters to protect my base, and maybe put in like a requirement, say I want people from this time zone and such. Then if you just wait a few seconds or a few minutes, you'll get someone that'll basically say that, yeah, I'll protect you as long as you protect me, and right there you got your base pretty much supported. I would recommend that you get people that are actually active. Don't get anyone that says, oh, I'll protect your base, and then they go off and play the game, go off and play some other game, and not play their game for quite a while. Ideally you want someone that at least plays once a week, or at least maybe 3 or 4 days a week, and actually someone that plays in a specific different time zone. So you may want someone that's playing in the day, the evening, or at night. The more wider it is, the better chances your base is always protected and out of catch of infiltrators. So the next thing you want to also focus on is to test your security. A few things you want to know, or you want to test yourself and say to yourself, is that when your security is laid out, how your security is currently laid out, you want to ask yourself, how good is it actually? Can I infiltrate this platform at day? Can I infiltrate at night? How good is my Claymore's 2 cameras? Is my strut heavily protected? Where's my main amount of security guards going to be based? Do I need to focus a lot of attention in this area, or do I need to focus in this area? You know, these are some of the things that you kind of need to think to yourself when you're fixing your security. Kind of think of it how you would do it for your own home. For example, how well protected do you want your own home to be? Do I need to put more security in this area? Do I need more staff in this area? Do I need to improve my security? Do I need to further increase my security settings? Like all these things are things you just basically have to think about for your FOB. Now the better it is, and the more well upgraded your security equipment is, the better chances that an infiltrator will fail when it comes down to attacking your base, unless this player is a very aggressive player, and you will most likely get that every so often. So when you do get the chance to actually go through your security and check it, make sure that you test it yourself. Try to play it as, say, an unwilling or unknown infiltrator. You're going into an unknown FOB and you have no clue whatsoever about security. Try and get past your own security through different ways and through different methods. See how your security team reacts. How quick are they? Are they on the dot? Are they too slow? See where you need to improve on. Or if you don't want to do it that way, get someone from your friends list to actually test your FOB out when they're playing. See how they manage. Get a report back on them to see how good it is. Get some feedback as well. And hopefully, if everything does go as well and planned, your security and your FOB will be pretty much prepared for you when you're gone away. So alright, our next idea as well is to direct contract your best staff. Now, if you're an FOB player who wants to get the more better gear around grade 9 to grade 10, you're going to need at least an S plus to S plus staff, and you'll need to at least direct contract them as much as possible. Now, for players like that, when you have to direct contract your own staff, you need to direct the best staff, because these staff, S plus to S plus staff, are going to be the main important type of staff that could be used for end gear, equipment and such. The more of them you have, the higher your base development team will increase, and the higher they increase, the better chances you are to unlock better gear and such, and so forth and so forth. So ideally, I do recommend that you direct contract your S plus to S plus staff, but eventually you'll get to the point of where you won't have enough direct contract usage to use on your best staff. So if that is the case, I would at least sacrifice some S plus staff and put more focus on your S plus staff. Overall, focus more on your S plus staff, as they're more important and they're more worthwhile. Your S plus staff are expandable, they can be gotten quite easily, but your S plus staff, they're more harder to actually get, and they're always guaranteed when you infiltrate an FOB. So ideally, protect those at most, but I only recommend that if your FOB is actually at a high level. I don't mean high level, I mean at least say around the 120 to 125. If you're not in the 100 just yet, focus more on increasing your FOB level and protect your S plus to S plus staff. When you start reaching higher levels, start protecting more of your S plus staff and focus on trying to farm them and get better equipment. So the next other idea is to make sure that you don't have so much retaliations when you're being infiltrated. Now, the thing is of retaliation is that it can occur any time, and sometimes you won't notice it. Now, retaliation would only work if you either kill a security guard, you cause damages, you steal a security guard, or you're caught, for example, running. And within the alert time, if for example you start killing or so type of staff on the platform or security and such, it will cause a retaliation. And if you decide to jump off and go into water, that retaliation screen will appear and say that this person knows where your base is located. This basically means that this person will have 31 days to actually attack your FOB, and within that time frame, 31 days, they can constantly either attack it and not get the core, but by doing so they will get retaliation as well, or they can pretty much just stealth your platform. Now, if you want to prevent that from actually happening, I really do recommend that you calm down on the things that you do. If you're the type of person that kills staff on the regular, try and stop killing staff on the regular. Only kill staff unless you need to, and if you know you can get away with it. Right? Try and focus on more non-lethal methods, knockout guards, and say for example, if the security does go on alert, a red alert, just jump into the water as quickly as possible, or let the security kill you. Because by doing that, not only have you not caused any type of damage whatsoever, but it also means that no retaliation will be caused. But I also noticed that sometimes a retaliation will occur even if you've done no damage. I don't know why that occurs. It might be a bug, but it's a very small bug that I've personally experienced, and overall it can affect you as well. But it's such a small, really small bug that, you know, it's not really that much to worry about. But yeah, try and overall calm down on your tactics on how you play the game. Like I said, if you're the type of person that kills, try and switch it up to actually being non-lethal. If you get caught, try and jump into the water to end the infiltration. Unless you want to carry on, then that's up to you. But don't go about causing as much havoc as possible before you go on holiday, unless you've got people to back you up and support your base while you're away, and you've got the necessary staff to protect you. So just keep that in mind. And lastly, probably the most importantest feature that I recommend people do not whatsoever turn on or even think about leaving is your security challenge. Now every FOB has the ability to turn on a feature called security challenge, and this basically overall stops your, well, not stops your base, but this basically overall allows players to constantly attack your base, and for it they'll get increased rewards and increased materials. But the risk of it is that they notify a defender and notify you straight away. Now you can go in and you can pretty much stop, say, the attacker and such. If the attacker fails, you get double the rewards and double the bonuses and such. If the defender fails, the infiltrator get double the rewards and double bonuses, and so forth. But one thing you have to note is that there's no cooldown on it. Usually when you infiltrate an FOB, usually the FOB has a blockade, sort of maybe a day or a few hours. In this case with security challenge, there will be no blockade whatsoever. What happens, and after the infiltrator leaves, another infiltrator can go straight into your FOB, and this can go on for a number of hours. And if you don't have the necessary, say, supporters, or if you don't have the necessary people prepared to fight back your attackers, you're going to have a really bad time. So ideally, unless you're doing it because you just want to lower your staff levels down for whatever reasons, or unless you want to, say for example, farm more materials or get more better staff and such, I do not recommend that you leave it on. Only leave it on if you're active. If you're not active, make sure you turn it off, because I have heard and I've seen through a lot of people that by leaving your security challenge on for a day, your base will be completely utterly destroyed, and all your staff, even your best staff, they'll all be taken. And guess what makes it even more worse? That if it gets so bad that the game will pretty much automatically give you some E staff to make up for it, but it will automatically turn your security challenge off. But by the time you come back, the damage is already done, and you can't really do anything about it. I have been onto people's bases where they pretty much have no security whatsoever, no materials container, no staff, no anti-air equipment, cameras, claymores, all that, that's all gone, because people have completely robbed that base, completely picked clean. So I really do recommend that you do not turn the security challenge on unless you need be. So guys, that's just a few more ideas, or for example, a few ways to actually properly protect your base. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, a comment, subscribe and share for more. Like I said, if there's anything that you want me to cover, make sure you leave it in the comment section. I'll get straight to it and I'll see what I can do. Like I said, most of these things is either straight from my head, or I'm just doing it by paper where I have a list of things to cover. But if there is anything you want me to do, just make sure you leave a comment and I'll get straight to it. So thanks guys for watching and listening, and I hope to see you again soon.